Hey everybody, welcome to ICC's Banter Blitz. I'm Grandmaster Joel Benjamin, and this is our little monthly get-together for April. And this is where I take on all comers in Blitz. Remember to challenge for 3 minute with 2 second increment. It should not be any unrated. It should not be any other setting. And I'll be happy to take on everybody. Hopefully, everybody will get a chance to play. Today is the start of the U.S. Championships, but that's not going to happen for a few hours. So it's a good time to get in some blitz before watching those games. And I've got some crazy ideas ready for today. I try to use to play by a theme. Because it's no fun trampling over low-rated players by just playing theory. So okay, so we've got Cap 78 red up first. It's about to get weird. Okay. This is my tribute to Fabiano Caruana. Queen D7. Of course, he uses novelty Queen D7 to defeat Vityugov, which led to his victory in the Grenki tournament, his second straight victory. Actually, I think 3 out of his last 4 tournaments. It looks like we're eventually going to get to some normal-looking position where I've just played Queen D7 extremely early, but not necessarily inappropriately. All right, so he's gearing up over there. So let me get something going on the other side. You know what? Let me offer a kind of Benko gambit. Yeah, so who needs that A pawn? G4. Come at me, bro. All right. Interesting. All right, maybe I'll make room for my knight to go to D7. Or takes. And I guess I should just move it. I like to move it. Yeah, I didn't really want that knight to come in, but kind of annoying. All right, I guess. Have to play a little defense. Okay, he plays some defense too. Let me trade that guy because he bugs me. All right, now he plays that. I thought he'd do it last move. But I think his timing didn't work out so well for him. Maybe I should have taken the other order, but either way, he's got this bishop hanging. I think that's gonna, yeah. Would have been a real question if he'd played f6 one move earlier before playing knight b6. But I guess it's the same problem. I opened the e-file and hit e2. Yeah, so rook f8, excuse me, was just a good... oh, no, he still had the pawn on e4. He had the pawn on e4. It was after the trade that the e-file was open. That's right. Yeah, I didn't remember that being there. So, yeah, that was the problem, the e-file getting opened. And so now huge counterattack, and I don't think there's going to really be any defending against this diagonal. King G1, but the knight is still essentially pinned. Well, it's pinned, but also I can take it because it's check now. And then I take this one, and it all comes crumbling down for cap 78 red. And that's really diagonal mischief. All right. Thanks, cap 78 red. Thank you for your patience, because I saw a game pop up before I was even connected on Skype, so I didn't want to. I can't play a game when I can't talk about it. There's the Blitz, but not the Banter, so you can't have the Blitz without the Banter. Moving Dutchman, and I believe this is a new player. I've not played against him before, so we'll see what he's got. So this is my Grinky repertoire, because there's also a game that I showed in my last show where it was Bluebaum against MVL, and he also played a very early Queen D2 with white, so it's all the rage now. So that's what I'm going with. Okay. How to yeah, that knight maneuver was not really planned. Maybe that. Okay. Well, I guess I have really good control of the E3 square, so if he plays E4, I don't have to worry about him playing E3. So that's something, I guess. Right. All right. So I guess I won't be able to make anything special happen. That's very interesting what he just did there, Moving Dutchman, because I mean, he played H5 in response to me castling, which was understandable, but a little bit surprising that he did it after he castled. All right, so now I'm going to knight H4. I'm taking advantage of the fact that I'm dominating the G5 square, my queen and my bishop, and so probably it's more principled to keep pressure on the center pawns, but I just had this idea that I wanted to prevent knight e5, and yeah, there we go. There we go. I make use of my queen d2 move, perhaps feebly, but I don't know. Well, we'll see. I'm not really too worried about him trading off my bishop. I know that low-rated players get very excited about, oh, okay, I hope my queen isn't trapped. Maybe it is, yeah? Because the bishop g4. See, I made a mistaken assumption here, didn't I? That's what he wanted. Okay. So what do I have to do? I have to sack my queen, huh? Bishop f4, yeah, that literally trapped my queen. Yeah. Bishop g4, and then what? All right, so I have to sack my queen. What's the best way to do it? Take. Bishop h3 is a move to give up a piece. Well, I'm going to have to make a decision pretty quick. Let's do that then. Well, I got a couple pieces there. Not ideal. Not ideal. Yeah. This is not how I envision things when I, with my ideas, my great ideas about bring my queen out. Um, yeah, I certainly mistimed that. Um, all right, well, I'm going to try to action it up a little bit because being queen down, let me try to, of course, that's, all right, well, now the kings, now I have f5 square. Yeah, maybe I can make a game of it with these knights. Of course, I took a lot of time thinking about it, which doesn't help, but, uh-huh. He's trying to open a front for his rooks. Not so fast. I don't know if I'm really helping doing that. Let me just open up for my rooks. All right. See if we can get in there and do something. Check. It definitely is going to be some attack happening in there. Uh-huh. Maybe I'll have enough for a draw. I don't know. Hmm. That's annoying. Check. Yeah. Uh, uh, that started to fall apart there. All right. I have to really improvise now. Ugh. Ugh. All right. Wow. That was a bad game that got worse. I did not provide my best for a Moving Dutchman. Unless he makes a very bad hanging. Yeah, two knights. If I just hang on to my knights, I always have chances. Yeah, I don't like losing, but I hate playing bad moves. Mm. If I had another knight, all right, come get me. Uh, yeah, if I had a little bit more to work with, I could try to win this game on time, but not going to happen. Of course, it was a 2-second increment. Yeah, he could toy with me all he wants. All right, so yeah, ah, yeah. I think I still had a chance with the two knights and the open king, but it's funny because I saw this queen d4 happening, and I said, okay, got to get out of the way of that, and I just assumed that I was only thinking about him taking my d4 pawn, and he was he had that other check on e3, and that was that. All right, so here we have Skegia, who is also a new player. I have not played against him before, I don't think. So let's see if I can make this queen d7 move work. So yeah, he wants to play bishop h6, which is a normal thing in this type of position. So I try to see if, yeah, well, usually you want to move that bishop. Black is very happy if you can get rid of that bishop. Okay. So now I'm doing pretty well, except my queen is slightly misplaced. But I got rid of that dark square bishop, which is nice for me. Ah, so it looks like I'm trying to make it look like I have a grand strategy with my queen d7. So this is sort of a pin on the d pawn, which could be useful, but I just want to clear some squares. Knight come to d7. Maybe I'll play e5 next if he lets me. He could try e5 himself. Just having a good think about it. Sigh. Yeah, in that last game, I just didn't think about this bishop g4. I saw knight h7. I was thinking, take h5, g6 doesn't trap my queen. But it was one of those things where I assumed that he wanted to trade off my bishop, and I missed the more important thing. Yeah, that's a good move. That's a good move. You don't really want to let him play e6. And I don't really want him to play... Don't really want him to play knight e4 either. All right. Go here, but I'm not totally thrilled about that move. Yeah, that's what I didn't like about it, to be honest. But I had to do something. All right, I'll just block it up a little bit. Yeah. I don't think I played this too brilliantly, but still has to exploit it. It's a probably good maneuver, knight e2. So my knight's going to come out to a6. At least that gets in the game. I've also got a pinning idea with bishop h6. Yeah, I think that will help a lot. Yeah, I think maybe knight f4 is mistimed. The thing I was most worried about was h4, h5. So now maybe my next move is queen b8, not c7, because I don't want any tricks with this knight. Also, Skeggia is thankfully running out of time. That's useful. All right. Queen b8. And I don't necessarily have to take it. Maybe queen d6 and knight c7. Let's do that for now. And if I see that he's about to defend f4, then maybe I'll go and take it. Yeah, but he's just taking too much time on his moves. because he's about to run out of time. Sometimes people just, with technically can't move fast because of the whatever equipment they're using, or physically or whatever. But he could have. He didn't play fast enough to win this game. But that pin that I got in the knight f4, that really helped me. Okay, so thank you, Skegia. Getting some new players, new challenges, certainly new problems. That second game, oof, oof. No clean sweep this week. Mr. Franz. Also a name that's unfamiliar to me. Getting a lot of new guys. I mean, maybe not, because he hasn't moved yet. It's a shame you're not ready to answer the bell when your number comes up. Yeah. Wait, now his clock is ticking. Okay, maybe it was lagging or something. It is a pretty absurd idea, isn't it? All right, let's try it a different way. I realize there aren't that many circumstances under which Queen G5 works. Especially, if my opponents are sort of geared up for it. But now if he trades, then, he can take my queen, but I wouldn't have to take back with my king. That's, I guess, isn't that the Caroline idea? Yeah, this is not the best idea I've ever had. Yeah. Knight f4. Oh, I think that doesn't bother me too much because I need to kick this. I mean, I need to play g3 anyway. If he waited to move and I go bishop e2, then knight f4 would be more annoying. So yeah, I don't think the knight's too good on g6. I feel a lot better about my position now. What the heck? I could just count my blessings and castle. Mr. Franz. Yeah, there's this e4 in the air. Yeah, maybe that wasn't such a wonderful idea. All right. Having said A, I have a quirky. Well, I was thinking he's going to play e4. Then I had takes, rook takes, king f1, and I thought that if he's not careful, he could lose a piece. But he just saved it for later, which is certainly reasonable. So if he goes g6, I can say, okay, I accomplished something by pushing that h pawn, and now I could castle it. Be a good little boy in castle. Now he plays e4. Okay. Take, rook take. And maybe I'll try to, knight g5, e3. I don't want that. Okay, well, all right, I'll hold on to my pawn then. See, that's because you see the queen's on d2. So when he trades, I can take with a knight instead of the rook and defend my pawn. So that's the brilliancy behind the queen d2. And of course, Fabiano is playing a game today, and he'll have no idea I ever did this for him. So those ugly pawns on the c file, but everything else about the position looks good. 2 bishops, unopposed dark square bishop, very nice. This little wedge on the king side, creating some weaknesses in there. So this opening wasn't a disaster anyway. Although before this day is over, I hope that I can play queen g5 successfully. Yeah, maybe I should have stopped that before it got there. You know what? I think I'm actually going to run this pawn through because I think his knights are a little bit too well posted. So I'm going to chase this and I'm going to chase the other one. This clock is not moving. I don't know if that's a lag. Oh, now it is. Now it is true that I open up some squares for him, but you have to have some confidence that the bishops will exert themselves somehow, someday, some way. Oh, I don't have a lot of time here. I just noticed as I make that probably questionable move. Oh. Wow. Sorry, Mr. Franz. That pawn has been defended for 500 years. As my friend and colleague John MacArthur likes to say, because the bishop starts every game on c1, so it shouldn't really be such a shock, when the bishop takes something from its original square, because that's where it's always there. But needless to say, that helped my position quite a bit. And now it should be a matter of technique. Now I'm thinking, if I just slip that rook in there, I think he's going to have a hard time avoiding a mate. Yes, no real good defense. Rook coming to the back ranks. Thanks, Mr. Franz. Well, that was a good game, but then, the knight takes h6. He had rook e5 in that position, hitting my knight and my pawn in f5. I think knight c5 was a pretty bad move, actually. But he hung the knight. That helped my cause a lot. Now we have the fearless one. Queen g5. I got it in. I can't say it really does anything, but I got it in. I fulfilled my challenge. It's like my son is crazy these days about Madden 18, the Xbox football game, and he does these challenges where he has to not give up 10 yards rushing or let 3 passes be completed or whatever. And if he does that, he completes the challenge. So I consider this, I completed the challenge, which was to get my queen to G5, and I haven't lost the game yet. Yeah, but this is the kind of position I usually have the other side, right? The bishop's pointing from the wings. Fearless One is kind of using my style against me. So I'm trying to make something happen here. Now I have bishop c4 create some good action for me, because he's got some action going too. Now I'm not trapped there. If f4, I do have the bishop retreating to e1, so I won't get forked. But of course, those pawns are very uncomfortable for me binding my pieces in. So I need to figure out what to do about that. But for now, I'm hitting the pawn on e6. I'm surprised he didn't defend it with knight f6. The rook looks awkward on that square. e5 takes, rook moves, and well, I could do that, but no, I think I will do that. Don't know if it's good. It's going to be not so great for some of my pieces, but the d file will be very useful. But if he doesn't take, then I take on d6. Now I have the d file, and my plan is I'm just going to follow up with f4. It's actually produced a pretty interesting game with this stupid queen g5. So, which is really all I'm trying to do. Yeah, I've got to keep that pressure on e6. All right, he can go knight c5 and get it, but I got the, like I said, I got the d file there that I can use. Maybe even jump in. So he's got some issues there on the d file. With the rook on g6 is now pretty misplaced. Knight c6. Yeah, that's a good bishop. I know I could play bishop f2 because at g3 bishop takes g3, but I just didn't want to allow the complications there, so I'm letting him get the bishop. But it's not that big a victory for him, because now this bishop comes to f2, attacks him right away, and now I get some stuff going. He gets some stuff going too, but now I hit this pawn on h5. This knight comes to a good square. And also rook d7 at some point can happen. So yeah, both sides getting. Now if he has to play rook h6, then he doesn't get to use that square for the bishop, which is very good for the team. But he could maybe try that, though. Hard to evaluate. Yeah, he does have a very good bishop on that long diagonal. That's true. That's no denying that. So maybe Maybe I try to bring my rooks in. I think, yeah, I guess the g2 pawn, if it goes, it goes. I think there's no point really defending it. I'm going to activate my rooks. so that if that knight moves, I can go rook d8, and I could take advantage that the rook on h6 is out of the game. Right, but now this is a problem. I think he should have at least played one more move to prepare, because now I think he's going to lose a piece on the back rank. But he was starting to run very low on time. Yeah, I think that's gonna be decisive. Well, maybe I played some sort of good game this time. Getting warmed up. I had some interesting maneuvers that managed to work. But I think knight f6 is better than rook f6. I wasn't really sure what to do there, because it seemed like he had everything defended. All right, Fearless One, thank you for the game. Managed to get past your challenge. Okay, no mercy for you. I expect him to show no mercy for me. Yeah, it doesn't really make a lot of sense for my queen to be on d7 in this position, but I'll figure something out. I was thinking about playing h5, h4, but yeah, then I decided, I'll just close that up. Or not. But if I played c6, he wouldn't have taken it, I don't think. Yeah. You're telling me that I'm really just going to move my queen anyway? You're probably right. Well, let's try something. Normally, I probably would just move my queen and... Oh, he didn't take it. All right. Now what? Well, I've got it defended, right? So... Rook b1, real quick, too. As if he was reading my mind. All right, I suppose I shouldn't overthink this too much. Just get some pieces out. He does have that very nice queenside majority, but I do like the fact that he doesn't control d5 as well as before. Now, I should be gearing up to do something. Yeah, maybe that was pointless. I should have probably prepared for d5. All right. I'll make this sort of threatening looking move. Ah, right away too. I don't know. Can I take this somehow? Still not even that enthusiastic, even winning that pawn. But, he wants to go for that. Okay, well now I hit him with some lightning counterattack. That. Oh. Well, he's played very quickly. I give him credit for that. Give him credit for that. All right, check. Start with that. I suppose I should just take it. Not try to come up with anything too brilliant. Check. I have a weak back rank. I got to be careful. He resigned? Why not just play King H1? You never went by resigning. What was I going to do on King H1? Attacking my rook? Rook C1? That's not back rank, mate. He can retreat. He's a piece up. I got a lot of pawns there, but he's got an A pawn. I'm not sure about that position. Yeah, you guys shouldn't resign, really. I mean, if you're queen down, resign. But don't resign because you think you're going to get mated. Just keep going. Maybe you're not mated. Oh, anyway, no mercy. He gave mercy, had mercy on me. That's what happened. He showed mercy. Never show mercy. But anyway, he played a good game. Okay, so this is Those with the S, who is another new opponent. They're just all coming out today. All right. What are you going to do? Yeah. All right, what? Run away. All right. G4. Man, try it. So my bizarre queen moves have produced something interesting here. Yeah, so I like what I get to do here with this to his pawn structure. I don't have a whole lot of pieces out, but it's time. Yes, this is a good move, and I sort of forced him to do it by attacking the pawn. No. Yeah, I don't know that doubling those pawns really accomplished that much for me. Because what can I really do here? All right, well, I'm just, I guess, opening up for the bishops here. Try this idea. Also, maybe I can swing my queen back the other way. Crazy swinging queen. Yeah. Go ahead and castle. Then you'll feel my crazy swinging queen. Ah. Monkey wrench. All right. If there have to be casualties, so be it. Just as long as I don't hang something. I'm still kind of attacking the pawn on h4 because of tactics. Ooh, see, he's not afraid of that pin. I give him credit for that. Just pay to chase the queen. I don't know, I just feel like getting rid of that pawn. I don't know, that's... Maybe that wasn't really a high priority. Because it's a pretty annoying square for his queen, actually. Yeah. Wow. I did not plan for that. All right, I'll sack it. I'll sack the piece. I certainly will produce something over there. Probably not enough for a piece, but give it a whirl. Okay. So my queen is defending the G1 square. Not that like wins the game or anything, but it prevents me from losing the game. Okay, so what do I got? Not too bad, right? All right, let's start by making some air. That certainly can't hurt. Block the bishop. I got to start moving fast, but okay, I can do that. That's annoying, I think. Yeah, what am I doing here? Those last few moves were pretty bad on my part. Wow. I should have really, I used a lot of time and, yeah. Remarkably, I'm not even better in this position. Wow. It's just a queen for a rook and a knight. Wow. I'm going to lose this game. This is really remarkable. I got to give credit to my opponent, though. Because I thought I was just all comfy with my extra queen. And what did I play? I played queen f5. That was really a terrible move. All right, so the odds are really against me here. I mean, any move that attacks my queen eventually is going to win, so he can basically take his time. That's what he's doing. Yep. That one I didn't expect to lose. Wow. Hmm. Hmm. Not a good day with my queen d2. I feel like I'm failing Fabiano. Poor attempt at homage. All right, f8 is up. Yeah, so I'm just playing sort of a standard appearance with my queen on d7 for some reason. When he goes f4, he gets ambitious, which certainly is reasonable because I don't really have any pressure on his position. I don't think he should castle queenside though, because then I can attack on that side. Then I think that gives me counterplay. But at some point, if he breaches the pawn, yeah, if once he moves the pawns, that at least creates some squares. So but he can't attack me without moving those guys at some point. So I get a little something out of that. Oh, maybe that might be slightly annoying for him. Didn't see that. What happens if I play f6? He goes e6. Yeah, not so sure about that. Takes it. Okay. Knight h7. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. It was good that I played my moves very fast up until that point. So I lost the games with white. Yeah, I guess of the games with white, I'm dreaming a little bit. I'm taking a lot of time, and then I'm blundering when I get low. Yeah, there is that. But lots of possibilities for me. And the one I like is that. I was going to say I like something, but now I'm not so sure if I like it. Don't like f5, then it comes back. I can take and rook f7. Let's take this guy. Now, you can play bishop g6 here. And then I don't know if I should take it or not. Probably I'll just let it go. Bishop e3. I thought something was good against that. Oh yeah, I can take. But you know what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to take this guy. Maybe that was too fancy. I probably should just take on d3 and then take on e3. I'm vindicated though, because now when I take this, if he takes with the queen, I can trade queens. I wanted to prevent queen g6. All right, so now I just win a piece. Everything's, well, yeah. I guess he could play knight f6 if he wants, but it's still fairly smooth. Or he could do that and take on f6, but not too worried. Can actually castle. I'm not that worried about taking a7. He could take it if he wants. I try to get a little tricky there. Oh, I was thinking I could play rook c4 and take his rook, but that's just two rooks for a queen. It's not mate, so that was not genius on my part. Yeah, that's not mate. Well, I could do that, but it's actually kind of harder to play with pieces against a queen. All right, well, I'll start with that, and then maybe I'll just defend this pawn. I have to say, I'm not very sharp today. But probably it's good enough for this game. Grab it, it's not nailed down. I'll take it. I'll take it today. You know, anything you're gonna hang a piece, I'll take it, because that's. Otherwise, I don't know. I may need to be up a couple of pieces to win. But thanks for the game. Oh boy. Cap 78 red 2.1. So is this another version of Cap 78? It's a big mystery. All right, let's just go full on Queen G5. Should I try Queen G3? Maybe I try Queen. Nah, I'll go Queen H4. Tempted to play G4, but I mean, it looks pretty ridiculous. But what the heck? As long as I don't get my queen trapped, which is possible, I would not put that past me. Excuse me. G5, knight takes. Okay, he's got enough pieces on it. So I retreat. If he goes back to f6, and that actually helps, then I go G5. Okay. Yeah, but that seems to be a pretty good answer. Yeah, I suppose I'm just trying too hard. Trying too hard. Queen d2, queen g5, all this stuff. It's a little too much. It's a little too much. And I guess I'm doing better with black, because black I'm just playing some random opening with my queen on d7. Here I'm trying to do too much. All right, so now the battle is shaping up here. Both sides pushing it. Ooh, wow. Okay. He's got a little bit of responsibility to keep that bishop protected over there. I mean, if I can do this with tempo, I think I got to do it. Oh, wow. This is getting interesting. I think we'll start with take the bishop. Take that. And then I think I make a defensive move. I mean, this queen h6, but I don't think it's necessary because I have a good position anyway. Ah, okay, he's getting ready to castle, maybe. Should I stop that? Maybe I should stop that. Yeah, it'll help my cause if he doesn't get the castle. No, open the center, come into the G file. I should be able to defend my king. He's just attacking with his queen. I don't see how that should be a problem. D4. All right. I'll just get this stuff going. I'm not sure what he's setting up for, but I'll go with that. Well, certainly I've got kind of a winning combination here on the king side, so I just push that forward, push that through. That should do it. He doesn't have enough counterplay. Queen G5. Queen G5. Gimme. Well, okay. Getting ready to take that bishop. Maybe not yet. So I'm attacking that rook, so I think that's going to keep him from mating me. I'll get to him before he gets to me. go rook g7. I'll just, I think, come queen back to, oh, all right. This is actually mate, isn't it? Yeah. All right. Thanks, Cap 78, red 2.1. Oh, I guess 2.1, but just written out with the point instead of a period. Ah, it's my old friend Ears. See if Ears can can out-weird me. Mission accomplished. I can't let you win that easily. I gotta get weird too. When the going gets tough, the tough get weird. I believe that's a John Fedorovich quote, but I could be wrong. Uh-huh. Okay. Just quickly working out how I can get a knight to f4. Ah, yours is in Florida. Good for you. It is, well, it started out the day less than 40 degrees. It's going to get into the 50s. We've had crazy weather. We had last weekend, it was 75 on Friday, and it was nice on Saturday, and by Saturday night, Sunday, it was in the 30s. So we dropped 40 degrees in temperature in one day. So we've had very small pockets of spring, but not too much. So I think he says he's playing from a Panera, I guess a Panera Bread, very loud. So I'm doing my maneuvers. I'm playing for squares. Playing for squares. Dark squares. But what is my queen doing on d7? Again. Ah, I was thinking I was going to try to chase that away. But I guess he defends the other one. That's reasonable. He's not going to let me trade so easily. All right, I'll just park that there for now. Castles. All right, so let's just make generic opening up the queenside move. All right, well that helps me open the queenside, doesn't it? I don't know if I really should do that, but I did. Now start moving to the other side. Well, only because he just walked into this. Just look at this first. Telegraphing my intentions, maybe. D5, I didn't like ED5 and knight takes E5. I don't know if he would have looked in that direction, but yeah, now, okay, because I have this D4 fork, maybe I can make some ground with that. Yeah, now I can take this. Check. Let's do some trading. Like I'm a merchant. Yeah, it's a good pawn for me to win. Opening of the center. Probably could have played directly with bishop d5 and e4, but it just seemed nice to get the queens off because that extra pawn is very solid. And now I've got threats e4, knight f4. And Ears is running out of time. I don't even know if I should grab this material, but I guess I will. My formerly bad bishop. And trade off his last rook so I can dominate his minor pieces better. Hakasito. You're not going to stop the pawn from there, I don't think. Thanks, Ears. Hope you're enjoying your vacation. I'm sure it's better than it is here. It's yeah, I don't know when we're going to really get spring. I mean, when the hot weather, here in the Northeast, very often it goes pretty straight from winter to summer. So finally, when we get rid of the 30, 40 degree days, it might just be 75, 80 every day. And when that happens, then the beard's going to come off, So my David Letterman, Rip Van Winkle, Father Christmas, whatever you want to call it, Burl Ives, one of my friends said, that phase will will come to an end. I'll leave the glorious beard to my buddy Sandro. All right, let's do it. Let's do it for reals. All right. So G5 is in the air now. It's not such a trivial matter to escape to the other side, though. Because there's a possibility of sacking when it gets there. Ah, okay. So he does not go for g5, at least not right away. But he sets some stuff up. Ah, but I can play e5. Yeah, force that knight to move. That would give my queen some air. Ah, I forgot about that. But my queen's not trapped, so it's it's okay. Uh, Queen is not trapped. Go here. We're having some fun. Now I have to bring out some pieces. All right, let's open up this bishop. Let's just make it easy on myself and castle for once in my life. Okay, can I take this pawn? Believe it is not nailed down, so I'm taking it for my own. I don't think rook takes f3 is anything, so I don't really need to protect that. Keep that g pawn from moving. Keep him a little cramped if I can. And I don't know, maybe throw a4 at him to keep him occupied over there. I could trade the bishops. I don't know if that's to my benefit or not. I think I'll just leave his bishop on the board because it's not doing all that much. Where is he going? Where do I want to go with this knight? Oh, I realize I've been taking an awful lot of time. I do that sometimes. I guess my mind wanders. I forget it's a blitz game. All right, I'll just go into technical mode here. Start bashing out some moves. I think I might have tried g6 if I were him to try to prevent f5. So I'm looking to get to the 8th rank here. I guess he could stop me from doing that. I didn't even see that move. Wow. Where should I put this rook? Here. That was kind of a close call. All right, seems back to normal, sort of. Well, I've used too much time, that's for sure. I guess I could have just taken the pawn. Might have been simpler. Huh. Okay. Kind of slightly wishing that I had not played a4. That's why I wanted to play that move, because I was always afraid he's going to come and attack my pawn. But this is, I don't know, more or less under control, I think. I take you first. Thank you, Samurai. I forgotten to mention that my opponent in that game was Samurai. I got caught up in the details. Thank you for the game. Yeah, I think my opponents are playing pretty well today. All right, 11. Back for another shot. That's not just to stop Queen G4. Is that what it's about? I mean, it's a reasonable move, of course, to play H3, but I just wonder. I was thinking about Queen G4, and I guess I never got a chance here. Now you notice if he takes my knight and I take back. Oh, I'm sorry. Why didn't you take my knight? Like I said, I've been having a rough morning. I'm just going to take everything. Yeah, maybe he meant to. Just forgot. But if he had taken the knight and I'd taken back, then my b5 pawn would be defended by my queen. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, 11. In that game, you do not go up to 11. You did not get it up to 11. You did not have that extra oomph. Okay, Manus. Will he be a Manus to society? He's thinking it over. Here we go. It's really, in this case, less homage to Fabiano than to Bluebaum, because he actually brought his queen to G5. Ah. Prevents queen G5. Everybody's scared with that move. I guess I have some devious ideas of advancing my G pawn, but trying for G4, G5. I don't know. I'm really pushing it today. Uh-huh. Okay. Hmm. I wonder if he could have played d4 and if ef6, queen f6. It's an unusual situation, but my queen on d2, I think could present a problem there. He runs away. Ha! You can't stop my queen. You can only hope to contain it. Woohoo! Now, all you kids who are watching today, don't bring your queen out in the opening. It sort of looks like a normal position, like a French where I played some kind of queen g4, and then my knight came to f3. It'd be interesting to try to, guess the game score and some extra moves because his bishop moved. Now it's moved three times to get to its original square. All right, I guess it can't hurt to take that. I'm not holding that point anyway. Sort of tempting to play knight b5 and try to come in there. Probably it's not correct. Well, this creates the threat of bishop takes c5. Yeah, somehow my position looks now completely normal with the queen out there. I pulled it off. Now there's some interesting knight takes d5 possibilities with e6, although the knight can capture. So I'm thinking about castle and queen side. What next? What next? I don't really know. So I don't know. I'll scale down. He fended off my my opening salvo. And now, I don't know, my knight on c3 might maneuver a bit. Let's just play this generic prophylactic move. I was almost thinking he could take on e5, but the problem is I just take and I take his knight because I defended with rook e1. That's why you make moves like rook e1. The overprotecting is that they come in handy at some point. Let's just keep that really overprotected again. And then what? Maybe we'll go on this side of the board. Oh, he's about to run out of time. I did kind of forget about that move. That wasn't really smart on my part. And I'll just play a really kind of crazy, insane move to just confuse things with his clock running down. I don't know. I figure I'm going to take one of those rooks so I won't get mated on the H file. I felt pretty good about that. And it worked out. Yeah, knight of 6, I don't know. That was a bit iffy. But now everything's under control. It's a girl. Thank you, Manus. I managed to get my queen out there. Yeah, it's hard to stop that queen. Oh, back to work. Grubel, another new opponent, completely new opponent. It's a good day. Ah, D3. But he puts the wrong piece on D2. Yeah, I'm a little bit too late getting to G4, I think. Just kind of a waiting game here. The position is a little bit better for white. I mean, I think this maneuver is not at all appropriate to the position, but of course it's it's the theme of the day. So what choice do I have? It has to be done. Maybe queen G6 made more sense there. So what am I gearing up for here? He stopped my bishop from coming to C5. Oh, nice. He's getting ready to chase my knight away. Which I guess I do have to kind of take seriously. He's sort of happy to play that anyway. Make sure that pawn is defended. I mean, if I don't get it trapped, the queen can be useful over there on H5. Yeah, I might get kingside attack brewing here. It was nice of him to chase my knight because I hadn't thought about bringing the knight over to the king side until he started getting ready to push b5. So knight coming to f4 and then sack mate. Or should I put the bishop to c5? No. I don't want to give him the c7 pawn. I'll just do this for now. Maybe bring the other knight to c5. Yeah, I like that. These knights are kind of a little bit stuck here, defending each other. Can't really move around. Okay. Well, that is his good bishop, and what? Well, I closed the d-file on myself, but I did defend my pawns, kind of. I get that square. I got my knights in good squares. Still not clear how I'm going to go get him, and he's got counterplay in the a-file. I mean, he could try f5. I don't know if that's helping much. Rook lift? How do I lift a rook? And I got to worry about my back rank. Whoa. Seems, I don't know, kind of desperate. Does seem kind of desperate. Okay. Well, there's all kinds of things I can do, but I think I should just, I don't know, just take that. I think it's got to be good for me to open up the king side. The thing is, I wasn't really threatening anything. I don't think he needed to try to rush matters here. And it hits the knight, which is handy and overlooked. Thank you, Grubel. Yeah, I managed to force in that queen g4, and it actually turned out to be pretty good there. Although I didn't really think it would be at first, but managed to make it work. Okay, Anchorless, who is another new player I've not played before, and this will be the last game. Mercifully, because I've already lost 2 games today, which you may have to go back deep in the data banks to come up with another time that I lost 2 games in 1 week. I was, contemplating how this Queen G5 maneuver would work against the Fianchetto, and most of my opponents, I guess, maybe anticipating what I was doing, did not go for Fianchetto. Yeah. Maybe I'll wait till castles and then go Queen G5. I played A3 because I was a little bit worried that there would be a knight B4 if I moved my queen, but I guess I could have just played bishop E2, and then knight B4 I'd always have bishop D1. So, oh no! You're getting your knights tangled. What does he want? He wants bishop H6. the lure of my queen, but now I think his knights get tangled. What has he got here? I don't see it. Trying to do too much. Yeah, that's going to win a piece. Give bishop h6 and just move my queen back. You can get a pawn for it. Yep. It's just about lunchtime. I'm hungry. Queen d7, but he doesn't have a bishop on c8, so it doesn't have the same impact. Here comes my queen. You can't stop my queen. What the heck. Have some fun. All right. Queen c6. So the king can come out. All right, let's just develop a piece. Oh. Okay. Okay. Retreat. So he castled, and then a few moves later he uncastled. That's kind of funny. Well, given that his king is stuck in the center, I think I'll keep the queens on the board. I certainly don't need to. This is not Ankylus's day. He's done it again this night. He got no square for the night. Oh, it's sad. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I just grab all the grabbing's good. And it's gonna get worse before it gets better. Boom. Okay. All right. Thank you, Anchorless. There you have it. Well, thanks for everyone coming out today. Metaphorically, of course, you didn't go anywhere except ears. But thanks for playing today, and we had a lot of new opponents for me in Banter Blitz, which was kind of cool. Although I always like to see the regulars coming out as well. So thanks for participating in my experiment of queen to queen 2, as they said in the old days, and queen to knight 5, which I paid for a couple of times. What are you going to do? But I try to make things interesting. Try to see if I can produce something a little bit different and not just play boring, grandmaster chess and collecting the points and stuff. So, all right, I'll get to my lunch as it's about noontime, and a few hours see what's going on in the U.S. Championship, which I don't get to play in anymore, but it's pretty cool. All right. Anyway, thanks again. I'm Grandmaster Joel Benjamin, and this has been ICC's Banter Blitz. See you next time.